Okay, right now I'm doing a file integrity check. I have deleted my assembly C# DLL file, and I'm gonna have it replace it. So you can see that I'm doing this without an altered one already. And we wait for my slow internet connection. Okay, that is done. Now we have replaced it, as you can see here on 1/13/2015 at 6:02, which is 6:02 right now. This file was altered and replaced through the Steam by the original FunPimps C# DLL. Now what we're going to do here is I've made a folder on my desktop and I called it editor, and I'm going to download the editor. I'm going to extract it here. So extract it here. We're going to open it up, and we're going to open up 7 days to die exe. It's going to want information, so it wants my Steam ID, and then it wants wherever this is going to be placed, which is going to be in the Steam. And Steam apps, common, 7 days to die, quick. Alright, this is where the 7 days to die is located at. This is the Steam app. Okay, we got that information, it's done. Alright, notice the date on the assembly C# DLL that comes with it. Alright, it says here it was created on 12/24/2014. The one that you have from the FunPimps, well, mine is from theirs, and I just redone it, so it is 1/13/2015 6:02. So if we hit the manual update and we tell it we want it to update the C# DLL, because it's going to ask that, and we're going to tell it yes, because this is an older version here that well, actually this is the newest one that they have. Yes, we want to overwrite the C# DLL. Notice over here that it overwrote the file at 6:04, and over here it overwrote the file at 6:04. So this is the way it should actually happen on your screen. If it does not, I will show you the easier way to do this. So basically, once we got that, all our settings are proper and everything, we can open up the backup manager. Now what we need now is we need 7 days to be running. So let's crank up 7 days. So we're going to crank up the one with no anti-cheat, which is my favorite. I normally play with people I trust, so I don't have to worry about people cheating. And we're going to create a new game. We're going to call this editor test. And we're on random gen. So we're going to go in here, and I'm going to smoke while I do this. And if you don't smoke, don't ever smoke. It's a bad habit. And while we wait for this to load, while it takes its sweet time, alright. Okay, any day now. Alright, got too much stuff running. Now that we're in the editor, let's just say I want to save this chunk. I'm not going to run around looking for a chunk. I want to save this right here. Alright, so basically, we come back out here into our backup manager. And I got it on the other screen, so let me drag it over here. Okay. We are in random gen, and this was called editor test. Now what we need to do is we need to add ourselves to it. What you need to add is this right here. This is the player's name in the game. This is who's going to own the land. So this is what the first step you need to do is put who's going to own the land. Alright, so let's go back into the menu, and we're going to add my profile name in the game, so we added it. We're going to select it now. We're going to create me as admin, and we're going to save the player data. As you can see on the screen over here, it loaded in the game. It loaded on the left side of the screen, as you can see. If it does not load on the left side of the screen, you can do this right here. First of all, we need to quit the game. It should do it automatically, but if it does not, and you still get the cannot find the folder error issue, what you need to do is go over here where you extracted the editor. Remember, this is the editor that I extracted. You need to go over here, copy paste that C# DLL, go into your 7 Days to Die folder, and paste it in here. Tell it to copy and replace, and basically it's going to replace it with the one that it updated over here. I don't know why this happens sometimes, but it does. Then you can just crank up your 7 days again. At this point, we can go in here, we can open up the backup manager, random gen. We're going to create a new map, and let's see here, we'll just call this test 1. And I mean, this is basically what happens. If you keep getting that file thing, you just need to copy paste the DLL that was updated in the original download area over to your managed folder, because sometimes, I don't know if it's getting corrupted, if it don't alter it, you shouldn't have a problem. Like I just did it, I didn't have a problem, but sometimes that happens, and you'll need to copy paste it over, and then it should crank up and work perfectly fine after that point. So in here, we're going to go right here, we're going to open up the editor backup manager again. I'm going to select editor test 1. We're going to add my character's name. But let's just do this. We're going to call it Art Comics. Alright? Now watch what happens. Still works. Alright, now basically I did this chunk right here. Once I got that information, I can then turn around and do my stuff like BBB, I spell it right, and I'm going to call this chunk, say I'm going to build a tower here, so I'll call it Tower, and I'll call it Tower 01, or I can call it Tower _01. Hit enter. Alright, it says it saved this area. Now when I want to export this area, I have to actually go in BBB, EX for export. I have to name it the same thing that I just named it. So I'm going to Tower _01, and the game acts like it freezes during the time that it processes it. As you can see, it saved it. If you do these steps, like I said, if you do have that issue, just copy paste this C# over into your 7 Days to Die managed folder and replace that if you're still getting that issue. This issue should stop after that. I don't know why you all are getting this issue, but if you do it just like it was said, or by copy pasting this over into here, it'll work fine from that point on.